Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's it's a kind of a mixed day in that this morning there was heavy floods, lots of rain, lots and lots of rain. So I've been planting trees and I have broken the shovel. So one broken shovel and one very messy pair of gloves. But, not to be deterred, because you know me, I won't be stopped. I got on with moving the two big tyres you can see in the wheelbarrow there that had all the fennel in them. Had become very overgrown. Lots of other plants had crept in there, and I had decided I was going to have to move those two tyres, remember? Because I said I needed to have gaps where the ladder could be got in order to get the guttering done. So that was the job that was on my list of to do. I've got another pot which I'm going to put, you can just see that viburnum over there. I'm going to put that viburnum in. So the pot is going to go in there in its place once I've cleaned up all this area, dug everything out. The only problem is, not only have I got a broken shovel, my spade is broken as well. I mean, I just go through a huge amount of garden tools. Now, I get most of them mended, but I've got to take them to someone to get them mended. Anyway, onwards and upwards. We won't be stopped. No. So, the flooding. Okay. I'm going to take you down to show you the flooding. And, I've also got a flat tyre in my wheelbarrow. Now, it doesn't look flat, but you try pushing it. It's as flat as a pancake, so I have to get that fixed as well. I'm being conspired against, I think, at the moment. So, got my wellies on, look. So my feet are dry, although the right welly hurts my foot a wee bit. It's not tight or anything, it's just that my right foot isn't the best foot I have. I know it says best foot forward, but it's usually the left foot. So, it's actually turning out to be quite a lovely day. I mean, even with all the rain and the flooding and everything overnight, and then the rain and the flooding this morning, it was still a nice morning. I got out and I filled all the bird feeders, got all that done, and made a little video on my phone. Tried 3 times to upload it onto the YouTube channel here, but it just kept stopping. So what I did, I uploaded it onto Facebook. Do you know, it's interesting, isn't it? But it's easier to upload photographs and videos onto Facebook than, you know, YouTube. Now, I seen a little water rat scoot across the drive a minute or two ago. See, the water has been so ferocious. I mean, it's just been cascading down through the ditches that there's a lot of movement of little animals this morning as they run for cover. They're like the human population, you know, needing to get out of the way of danger. Dreadful with all the beautiful animals that have suffered in Australia. Anyway, so you can see where the water was cascading. Second time I've used that word, but it really was cascading down the driveway this morning. It's interesting as well, because one of the positive things about floods is that the water that's flooding the land actually moves a lot of seeds as well. So it's another way of, you know, Mother Earth getting trees planted, because there's a lot of tree seeds and plant seeds get washed down along hills and whatever. Now, the water seems to have diminished a wee bit since this morning. Well, diminished quite a big bit, but you can still see where the flooding has been happening. So you see the earthen wall over there. Well, that's been breached in a couple of places, only because of the very height of the water, you know, not because the bank has given way. But I will, of course, put some more earth into that. You can really hear the sound of the water now, and you can see the very strong movement of it. And down along there. So I hadn't realised there was so much rain last night. I mean, I could hear the rain as I was going to sleep, but I just thought, oh, that's another heavy downpour. But it was more than just a heavy downpour. It was a real flood. There's never usually this much movement. So we'll walk on down as far as the gate. But as I was walking down here this morning, it put me in mind to trim back some of the shrubs, you know, underneath, kind of crown them a little bit, and then I'll be able to see into the water, because I think it's quite a nice feature. So for example, this one here, where the laurel is hanging over the water, I might trim off some of those branches. See, there's lots of water on this side as well. And you can just see where the foam has settled along the banks, because of course there was just such a gush. This is my little mini wetlands. Just down here. Now you can hear the water on this side as well. And you can see it. That's all coming from Bealtaine down there. Jack, come on. Come on. Good boy. That's it. Good boy. And just see the huge pool of water down there. Right, come on. So apparently there's been a fair bit of flooding over some of the counties in Ireland. Lots of spreading of euphorbia here, which is lovely, because this was quite a little sort of a weedy area. But I'm looking forward now to seeing all the euphorbia in bloom down along here. It is a lovely plant because it does spread, although it does have a very poisonous, well, not terribly poisonous, but it has a white sap, which if it gets onto your skin in, you know, fairly large amounts, it can cause irritation. But besides that, it's a beautiful plant. So when I said last night on the video that I'd make another video for you today, I wasn't expecting it to be one about floods. Never thought I'd wake up to this. It rained so hard last night that when I was out around the back of the cottage this morning, there was big puddles on the gravel. So it was actually raining harder and faster than what the actual gravel could drain away. Come on, Jack. Go walk up through the land just a little bit. See, there's water settled down there. It's actually running. It's running down into the pond. Do you know, I'm so glad that I had the foresight to get the digger in year one of this project and sculpt out the stream beds and the two big ponds and the ditches, because it really has ensured fantastic resilience against the extreme weather systems that we're having now. And also the amount of ground cover that I've planted. So you see lots of evergreen leaves, leafy shrubs and ground cover. That's been fantastic for stopping soil erosion. Because if the rain is just beating down on open soil, open earth, that's where maximum erosion then takes place. Look at this. It's actually washed out sand from the soil. However, it will all clear up and we'll move onwards then towards spring. And you can see the amount of sand that's been washed into the stream bed. And what I did, when I was making the mosaic tile floors, I used to come down here and dig out the sand from the stream bed to mix with cement for the floors. Wow, look at this. Here's one of the little ditches working well. Right, so on that note, I'm going to say blessings to you all and get back up to the cottage and get on with my work. Blessings to you all.